did I actually? I can't remember if I texted you what happened or
You gave me a brief summary. Can I read the text, or should I just let you explain it all?
you can read the text.
Let's see. So you said, just out of the blue, in the morning, you texted, the new slogan for the podcast is "Fuck Delta." And then I said, what'd they do? You said, bunch of delays, stranded us in Tampa for a day, didn't want to pay for our hotel, lost us a day of our trip, and sent my bag to Detroit. So I've been wearing the same clothes since Tuesday. And, which is quite a bit of things.
This was like what?
This was Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Then you said you were back at the airport and got to pick up your bag. And you were in London?
Yes. And the thing is, it wasn't Delta that got me my bag back. It was Virgin Atlantic.
Dang. And, like, that's a pretty big mishap. Like, it's not like that's a whole other country that you were in London and your bag was in Detroit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we were originally... So we had the initial plane out of the town that I live in, and then it connected to Atlanta and then connected to London. The one out of this town was delayed by 5 goddamn hours.
Was that what, weather related or just Delta incompetency?
Which no, it was mechanical
So it was just
of the plane.
Delta's terrible plane.
It's a really small airport, okay? Yes, it's their shitty planes. And then, okay, so they rebook us so we can get to London the same day so we don't, like, miss a day. And we get to our connecting flight to get to London, and they say, oh, you can't board because you need to be here at least an hour before international flights. The plane didn't land until 45 minutes before the goddamn international flight.
So wow. Wait, but was the plane still there in the airport and they just won't let you onto it?
Yes.
That makes no sense. Like
it was ridiculous.
See the plane out the window.
So then they're like, we go to talk to Delta about it, and it's like, I don't know, like 11 o'clock at night at this point. And we have to go, we go to the Delta desk. There's no one there. So we call the little stupid airport phone, and we go, hey, we need someone at Delta. We need to talk to someone at Delta. And they said, okay, stay right there. We'll get somebody to you. And then we wait 30 minutes before I go to the phone again. And I'm like, no, we need someone here now. I'm fucking tired. And then they go, oh, you have to go to baggage claim to talk to somebody from Delta. So we go to baggage claim, and basically what the baggage claim people said was, fuck you, here's a toothbrush, and, like, some shit in a bag. And I mean, like, actual human feces, not toiletries, because Delta's such a bad company, they shit in the bag they gave us. And so we call them, and we're like, hey, do we get any kind of reimbursement? And customer service said, fuck you.
Wow, that's aggressive of them.
I know! And then my bag's in fucking Detroit for some reason. We didn't have a plane to Detroit. And again, I talked to Delta when we landed. I'm like, hey, how do I get my bag? And they said, I don't know, talk to that guy. And it's the fucking Virgin Atlantic, and Virgin Atlantic was amazing. And it was the first time through all this ordeal, a single person said, I get why you're pissed off.
Well, what did this other company have to do with it? Like,
they tracked it down and got it to me.
But, like, what is that? What is Virgin Atlantic? Is that another airline, or what is it?
Yes.
How did you, was that like the other flight you got onto, or?
Yes, because Delta got us a flight on the Virgin Atlantic to actually get us to London.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So,
and that was after arguing with them, because they were like, oh, the next flight we can get you is at, like, 11 p.m. 2 days from now.
And so did you ever get any money back?
No!
That's wild. That's crazy.
And so we have to stay in a hotel in Tampa. And the guy, basically the people who were helping us, they were like making calls, and they said, I don't fucking know. Get over it. Go get a hotel. And we said, okay, fine. We don't have a choice. We'll just go get a hotel for the night. And we called Delta and be like, hey, are you going to pay for our hotel and our Uber that you made us stay at? And they said, no, because that's not one of our approved hotels. And we said, when the fuck were we supposed to be told this?
Yeah, but they didn't give you a list of hotels or anything.
No.
Did they actually swear at you on the phone when they were talking to you? Or was that just
No!
okay? Just checking.
I'm exaggerating.
It sounds like they could have done that with just the level
They
of
could
customer
have.
service.
It'd be
Yeah.
in character. And it's like, okay, I'm somebody, I've worked customer service my entire career. And like, the first thing you learn in every corporate customer service training is when somebody comes with a complaint, you empathize and apologize. And just that simple fact will make people a lot less mad.
Yeah, and they didn't do that once.
No!
Yeah, I can see you are no less mad than when we first texted. So
I'm not, because you started thinking about it again. God!
that was my bad.
Fuck Delta Airlines.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible experience, and I would never fly with them again. Did you give them a 1-star review?
No.
Give them a 1-star review.
Because they're a
on Google.
billion-dollar company.
I think it'll hurt them if you give them a 1-star review. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened because that sounds terrible. I wish
I get
that
worked
I could have.
up very easily.
I wish I could have given you your money back and got you a hotel, but unfortunately, I don't work for Delta.
Yeah, okay, so that was 7 minutes of a cold open. I think that worked. Welcome to Die on Any Hill, where I'm mad.
And I will be starting just to give Auntie some time to cool down.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Okay, so
I'm gonna shit somebody's pants.
Oh goodness, this spawned. My topic today spawned from a debate that my friends and I had a little while ago about indoor versus outdoor clothes. Which, up until this debate, I had never heard of a distinction between indoor and outdoor clothes. I thought all clothes were the same. Well, obviously there's like PJs and whatever, but
right. But that's
besides
like
besides clothes specifically made and marketed for being worn in bed, there is no distinction between clothes being inside or outside. And so a bunch of the girls in this group in this debate were saying that it is barbaric to wear your outdoor clothes, i.e. the clothes that you put on and wear during the day, back into your bed.
Did they specifically say barbaric?
No, they didn't say barbaric, but they said disgusting was probably a word that was used.
Sure.
And that doesn't make any sense. And their reasoning, and we tried to, talk with them. Obviously, if you're, doing like the gym or hard work or something and you're sweaty, right. Obviously I'm not going to get back into bed. But if it was just a day where I sat around at home and edited at a chair on my laptop, and maybe went to Walmart and then came back, I think Walmart really threw them off because Walmart, I guess, is kind of a gross place. But it's not like I'm rolling around on the floor or anything. It's just the fact that outside air touched my clothes means that it's unsuitable to be in a bed. And that didn't make any sense. And I think it was a pretty clear line of guys who thought this didn't make sense, and then girls who only wore indoor clothes to bed.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is this like a woman thing?
This seems to be a woman thing, and unfortunately, we have no women on the show to really speak to this. So it's just gonna be you and me being puzzled about it. But I don't know where it comes from. It doesn't make sense. Seems a little neurotic to me personally.
Oh, so you're calling women neurotic?
I'm that specific belief that seems to be held by a large population of women. Neurotic, yes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but because I'd never heard of this until I sat in bed. Like I was just sitting on the edge of the bed. And my wife said, "Hey, don't do that, bitch."
And okay, you weren't even
that last part.
it wasn't even like you weren't under the covers. You were just sitting on
No.
top of the covers. So it wasn't even
Yes.
like where you go into the bed underneath the
Right.
covers was being soiled. It was the corner of the top of the comforter that you were sitting on.
That is the story I am sticking to.
Oh, okay. It sounds like there may be more to the story.
I wasn't under
what
the
have you been
covers, but I
doing in
was
these
laying
clothes?
on the bed,
Okay.
much like you are now.
Okay. So you had staked out a pretty large portion of the bed.
Yes, a lot of it was contaminated from my disgusting filth.
Yeah. I would say also that it's more reasonable to be disgusted by you on the bed than me.
Okay, hold on.
just playing around.
I am not that gross.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a very I'm a very clean person. So, actually, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand it
guess
either. And like, as you've said, I guess
I'm
this
clean
is
by
kind
my
of-
own standards. But sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I completely forgot what I was saying, so thanks. Oh, like you said, it does seem like it's kind of a woman thing. Yeah, I don't know. It seems I understand the mentality though. Like I get the whole like the outside germs and that kind of stuff being in your bed, and that's gross. I guess. But you're still breathing the air.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
is from the outside.
It's like where are you drawing the line? If it's just particles in the air.
Especially because my wife constantly has the windows open, which one of them is right next to the bed. Like I sleep underneath a window.
So outside air is constantly being poured in onto the bed.
Yes.
At all times. Yeah. See, there's a bit of a double standard there. Is she in the house?
I am flummoxed.
Is she in the house? Is that why you're yelling? Like so she can hear it?
No, she's at work.
Dang it.
That's why I'm yelling.
I was gonna say bring her in here. So we can get her take on it. Yeah.
If she was here, I would.
One of these days we need a guest. So
I'm gonna yell. Oh, I had an idea for that. But yes, there will be a day that I end up yelling at her on mic with love.
Okay. Yeah.
Like not yelling at her, yelling
let
so
the
that
records,
she can hear me. No,
let the records state.
No, you're the one who said women.
I said
are
I
erotic.
wanted to guest. I said I wanted to guest, and you took that as yes. I want to yell at my wife on the show.
You said, "Don't turn this back on me." No, we can't do this again.
I'm just saying what happened. Everyone else can listen to it and also take their own.
I didn't mean it. No, like yelling so that she can hear me, not yelling at my wife.
Yeah, okay. Yelling with your wife.
Yes, except she doesn't yell.
Okay, so just yelling at the wife then. Okay.
Yeah, sure, it's fine. Whatever. I'm yelling at my wife with love.
Yeah. So I guess since we don't have a female to support her take on this, that's kind of all I have to say. Is that it's preposterous, doesn't make sense, and I think they should learn to start being a little more tolerant of outside clothes.
I also understand it though with men because men are gross.
I mean, well, sure, men are gross by female standards, but also I think by their own standards, they don't want to get in the bed. It's not like just no guys on the bed. It's like I'm not going to wear. Yeah, they're not going to wear their clothes.
Women confuse us.
Yeah, and that's about all I have to say.
That's all I got to because we can't again. We don't have a woman's perspective.
Another thing that our conversation went to: do you shower before or after you go to bed? Like, do you typically shower at night right before bed or right in the morning when you get up?
So I am a night showerer, but I can't shower right before bed because my hair takes about 2 hours to dry.
Okay, so you're a mid-evening showerer.
Yeah, I mean it's still a night shower because I stay up till like 2 a.m. every night.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it because you need your hair to dry, or you're staying up anyways?
Both.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess that works out then.
Yeah, it's I have a lot of hair, okay?
The thing, I shower in the morning always.
Sure.
And so I guess like especially by what you do, you're showering right before you get into bed. So
yeah.
Would you put your clothes back on after you shower, or do you always
No.
get into new clothes?
No, I don't put on any clothes after I shower.
Oh boy.
Why would I want to hide my beautiful, beautiful body?
This is true. I didn't think about that. That really changes things. Are you against the idea of putting your clothes back on, like the same clothes?
I mean, yeah, because then I just put my nighttime clothes on. My bedtime
Well, no,
clothes.
now I'm trying to think from their perspective, because I do think that I like after I take a shower and my old clothes are laying there, even if I didn't do anything in them, I wouldn't want to put them back on. Like I would put on, like, I guess obviously I showered to put on PJs, but I can kind of understand the stigma of, oh, these clothes are gross now, even though I didn't do anything gross in them. So, I don't know. When I look at it from that perspective, maybe, but
I think this comes down to how often do you wash your sheets?
That's, I will say I did just wash these sheets yesterday.
And
don't ask me how long it was in between.
Okay.
Before that. It's maybe every couple months. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's normal for guys.
Yeah.
That is kind of gross.
It is kind of gross. I'll give them that. It's just, I just don't think about it. It's like...
Same.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's like, the thing is, with being a morning showerer, I feel gross anyways. Maybe that's just because I've been sleeping in a bed that I haven't washed the sheets.
That is true.
But it's like, I get up, I don't think it's that though. I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I need to take a shower anyways. And so maybe that's why. Maybe it's like, if I was a night showerer and then slept into a bed that I hadn't washed the sheets on, then I would feel pretty gross.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't wash my sheets even though I am a night showerer. Because I also don't think about it. And I'm a disgusting human being, as we have established.
This is true. I will say I do not like to sleep in other people's beds. Like, it's been offered to me before that, like, oh yeah, you can sleep in my bed. And it was like unexpected. Like, I know they didn't wash the sheets. They were just offering that to be polite. And I'm like, I think I'm just going to sleep in my sleeping bag over here on the couch. On the floor.
I understand that. Yeah.
Because I guess you don't know how long someone else's sheets have not been washed. But if you're a girl, the bed's always clean because you always wear your clean clothes into bed. So I don't know. It's there. I could maybe see both ways, but it's still kind of ridiculous.
You always can. The direct antithesis of this podcast.
That's true. I do always end my hot take is I can see it both ways, but
which is very humorous to me. No, I get it. It just girls are just weird, bro.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it.
I don't get it. You're right. I don't.
That's the antithesis of the show here.
Right. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Neither of us get it. Doesn't make sense. And
we're just some dumb boys.
No, we're qualified white boys.
We're qualified white boys.
Yep. As we've stated many times.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that does it for me.
Cool.
I think I pulled everything out of that as I possibly could.
Let's remember what I was going to do.
I think you were going to tell us about Delta.
Okay.
Oh, crap. No, sorry.
Yes, kind of. Yes. Because I believe in my heart of hearts that whenever you have a grievance, like you have an argument with somebody, a disagreement that cannot be settled except, I don't know, by some third party doing something about it, instead of having a third party or like any kind of legal system, we should be able to challenge each other to duels to the death. I
There-
think it would make society so much better and cooler.
So I think you're proposing is you want to fight the company of Delta.
The entire company. I
Okay.
want to fight Mr. Delta.
And how? Okay, did we talk about this? This somehow seems like okay. Maybe we didn't. I don't know if we did, but it's kind of feeling like we did. How would you?
Oh,
what
okay.
would the rules
You're
of this
thinking of
be?
the Oscars.
Oh yes, that's what I'm thinking of. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Because
this
I
is-
asked the exact same question I'm about to ask about the Oscars.
Yes, but this is different. This isn't an octagon with a single gun. Both participants have guns, but like the old-timey kind with the one shot in them, like dueling
Okay.
pistols. All right, and you have to do it at 10 paces, high noon
Is it-
style, where you...
It's not modern guns. It's like one of those old
No.
guns where you can't guarantee where the shot's gonna go. Like
Correct.
it just and could be
Yes.
anywhere. It could
And you
even
just
like
hope
be
that you
flying
hit
back
the
into your
person
face
it was pointing at.
and not your loved ones in the audience.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
because if you hit one of your loved ones in the audience, which obviously there would always be an audience, that would be part of the process.
Of course.
That's kind of your own fault, and you have therefore lost the duel.
That's just. I mean, I think there should be there should be an extra little risk if you go that far into starting a duel. There should be the extra risk of you're actually accidentally going to kill your family.
Which
just
is fine.
just so like not everybody's doing it, just so people think twice.
No, I want everybody to be doing this.
Oh, you want everyone to be doing it.
I want this to become the norm. I don't want judges.
You
I
think
don't
this
want
should be like
juries.
a
I don't
form of
want
population control?
No, it's a way to settle disagreements. If it happens to be population control, that's not my problem.
So, are you saying like instead of any courts at all, like we should just
Yes.
get rid of the entire court system and every single legal matter just becomes a duel?
Correct.
Gotcha.
But the thing is,
I-
you can't have like a substitute, like a champion or something. It has to be you directly.
Gotcha. What about so that takes out lawyers? So like instead
Yes.
of a lawyer, i.e., in a dual world, it would be someone who's trained to shoot guns really well, and you couldn't have that take your place.
Every single lawyer
would-
would have extensive firearm training.
That would be kind of an awesome career. It's just people that are trained to just to win the one shot of a duel, and that's all they do all day is just train.
But they could also
firing
die.
range. And they also die. Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
So would
I
that
think-
mean that, like, say it's a massive corporation with like a team of lawyers? Do you have to duel your way through their lawyers?
I really have no clue how that would work. I
You
don't
just have
think
to go
that's how.
bang, bang, bang. Like
I guess depending on how big the grievance is, like maybe it would take multiple
or
lawyers.
how big the company.
Or okay, I see what you're saying. If it's every single person in Delta has their own lawyer. that
I'm
you're
not
going
saying
through.
I want to fight anybody at Delta.
I think you have said that though.
Okay, I've said it comedically on a comedic podcast. I'm just
You're
before I have
telling
to
me-
duel
you're
Delta's
telling
team
me
of
you
lawyers.
want to shoot the entire
no.
You may have to censor that.
Maybe.
Anyhow, what was I gonna say? What about? I think this would kind of just lead to a system of criminals, i.e., the people who have the most experience with guns, just killing innocent people.
Just get better
Like,
at guns.
Say I like go and assault someone in the park with my gun, and then we had to do a duel. I already have gun experience. This person that I attacked for no reason has no gun experience. I just shoot him, and then I get to go on doing
you
my
could
thing.
do that, but then people would start dueling you. You'd have to duel the entire police force.
Oh,
one by
wait,
one.
the whole police force is also a part of this now? It's not just lawyers, it's the
No,
entire,
that's
it's one
because
by
you
one, the entire
committed,
police force.
you directly committed a crime.
Yeah, I did. But no one can really say what happened because no one else was there to witness it, so they don't know if it's just my word against the other person's word.
Well, then you just get away with murder. Don't fail at murder the first time.
That's what I'm saying, is that this would be a really good way, this would be a really easy way for murderers to just start overrunning the population, because they're the ones with the
because
gun
that's
experience.
still murder. There has to be an audience filled with loved ones
Or
directly
no, I'm saying the
behind
initial
the person you're dueling.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, if you just went up and attacked somebody in the middle of the woods where nobody was around, that'd just be murder. And then if they caught you and you were on trial for that murder, you would have to duel the entire police force of whatever jurisdiction you're in, one at a time, until you kill one of them, and then you get away scot-free.
Okay. I see. What?
Yes.
And we only get one shot. It's not like we can.
Well,
run,
if nobody,
can we
nobody
run up
dies,
and hit him? Yeah.
no,
What happens
if
then?
nobody dies, then you get another shot and you have to do it again.
Oh, and so it
But-
just doesn't end. It just doesn't end until someone's dead.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. That's
So either one of the participants or a member of the audience has to die in order for the duel to be over.
So what I could do is just not even worry about trying to hit the one lone target on the other side of the field. I could just turn into the audience of a million.
The audience
100
is behind
targets.
the person you're dueling.
Okay.
Like in a line.
Okay. Your system is getting more and more flawed by the minute.
But no, because
Suddenly we're bringing in
the
the extended family of every person involved.
die. I mean, if they have enough duels where they kill their family members, yes.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't know.
So, like,
this.
first you have, like, your wife, your kids, your parents, and then when you kill one of them, that person then has to be replaced in the lineup. So that's when they start reaching further and further along your family tree.
Okay, so it's just immediate family first.
Yes.
And how many? Like, what is the severity of the crime that equals bringing in the family? Like, is there any crime that's
any duel
every
requires the audience?
every single crime? So even if
no, not just crime. So, like,
what if
I was suing you, then we would duel.
I jaywalked someone on their bike. I jaywalked on the street in front of you. You were on your bike and you fell over and scraped up your knee, but we're fine.
Yes.
You and I can't come to an agreement because you're mad, but I thought it was fine. And so now we get into a duel and risk the lives of your parents and your wife over it.
That's exactly it.
Okay. Just making sure that.
And also our
the
lives.
system straight. Also our lives, but they're the ones who are much more at risk because, you're the one who's directly responsible for bringing this duel to happen.
No,
but
you're
they're
the one
all
who's
behind
directly
you.
responsible because you walked in front of my bike.
No, I didn't. I thought it was totally fine. I thought the street was clear.
That's why we have to duel.
It's not my fault you weren't looking back and forth. I'm just saying.
Why would I be looking back and forth? I'm on a bike on the road.
The pedestrian always has the right of way. Have you never heard that?
Yeah, well, that's why we have to duel.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think your family really drew the short end of the stick here. Just because you're a bad biker.
Problem.
suddenly they're the background of the shootout.
But I wouldn't miss, so it wouldn't be a problem.
The thing is, I wouldn't even care if I hit you. I would just be shooting in that direction because I know that the entire other side of it is you and your family. Like, I have a really good chance of hitting someone, even though it's not going to be you.
No. The entire other side is me and your family.
Oh, it's my own family.
You're firing into your own family.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Suddenly that changes things. I thought I was just firing into you and your family.
No.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
why it
it's
didn't
set
make
up so like
sense to me.
we're across from each other, and then behind me is your loved ones, and behind you is my loved ones.
This is so much more interesting now. Okay. So now I actually want to get pretty good at
Yes.
okay, I see. And
This
you
is a
don't
world
think
where
this would just ramp up gun violence if everyone had guns readily accessible and knew
no,
how to
because
use them?
the only legal guns that you can
Are the
use are the dueling pistols that are provided by the government.
I see. Okay.
In the case
But
of a
then
duel.
how do you practice and not shoot your own family members if
I mean,
these guns?
they okay. There's ranges. You can't own one, but you can like go to ranges and rent one. But that's also provided by the government.
I see.
And what they do is, because this is like a worldwide system now. Every country in the world has gone to this system. So what they do is they find out, like through these practice ranges set up by the government, they figure out who the best at gun is, and then they snatch those people to be their representatives, but they can't have representatives. So then those people would actually become like our Senate, and our president would be so good at gun.
So good at gun.
Yeah, gun. Because it's only the one.
Yes, he would be great at doing gun.
There's a reason it's called gun violence and not guns violence.
It's true. It's because there's just the one. There's the one
There's
gun.
the singular gun.
There's this movie I saw that it's called Duel that this reminds me of, where it's like it's in the future, and this I don't remember how, like, if this is a standard thing that people do or not, but this was like a case in the future. It's kind of like a comedic thing where this woman is diagnosed with an illness and she thinks she's going to die, so she has a clone made of her that will like take the place of her in her family when she dies. It's like an exact copy of her, and then she ends up pulling through the illness miraculously. So now there's two of them, and she doesn't want the clone around anymore, and so the court mandates that there's a duel. One of them has to kill the other off, and they don't know or like it's like theoretically they're interchangeable, so it's like it doesn't really matter which one dies by the court or the family's eyes. But it's a pretty interesting concept, and it reminds me of this. We might have to cut that all out, but
no, that's fine.
Relevant.
I was gonna say, was it a good movie?
Well, I can say I don't remember too much from it, but I did
Fair
like
enough.
it when I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would recommend. It's got Karen Gillan, the redhead from Jumanji and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She's pretty good.
I was really hoping you were gonna say Doctor Who, and then it could be like nerd.
Yeah, I didn't even know she's from Doctor Who.
Yeah, she is.
Because I'm not a nerd. That's kind of a nerdy show. I wouldn't know that.
I certainly haven't seen any of it.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I'm not a nerd. I'm into cool things.
Like duels.
Like duels.
Like
I
duels
have been...
And gun.
And gun. I am so good at gun, okay? I would become president with my gun skill.
You would shoot... Maybe that's... Now, that I could get behind the presidency is just the candidates shoot each other. This is the one
Okay,
kind of
would
duel
that
I
be...
would get behind.
Would that be, like... Would it be duels, or would it be like Battle Royale style, where every single person who put their name in the pot...
Battle Royale style, and the way that we get to vote is that we are sending in the money to their arsenal. So that's how it can still be, elected by the people. They just have a better chance.
And if you donate to their presidential campaign, that's like donating so they can afford trainers and things like that.
Yeah, there you go. And this way we're not seeing the same freaking obnoxious people every single year and don't ever get new people because they're dead now. They died. They lost the previous election. They're gone. And so this year or the next term, we're always getting a fresh crop of people with new ideas, new perspectives. And I think that's how I think duels should be integrated into society.
That is truly brilliant, and I am on board. So would it end up being, in order to have enough candidates, because there is only the two parties, quote unquote, would every state have to then like offer somebody up?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's only ever. I don't know.
Is this just
I'm about
the
to
reverse
expose
Hunger
how
Games
little.
that you wanting?
I'm about to expose how little I know about how like real world politics work. I don't know. I don't think every state offers them up like that.
No. But like,
no.
there could only be like, what if it's two 70-year-old guys? I don't want to watch them going through a forest hunting each other. That's going to be boring.
I'm not even saying through a forest. Just do it like it's the Super Bowl arena or something.
Well, yeah. So every 4 years, the arena changes.
Okay, so like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's a reverse Hunger Games.
It's old men fighting for the food they can take away from other people instead of the food they get to give to people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. I would tune into that every year. I would want to watch it. Just because it's two 70-year-old men doesn't mean I wouldn't want to watch it.
I wouldn't want to watch it if it's two 70-year-old men.
I mean, it would probably go quick, but it's like that's how I would.
One of them would fall and break a hip.
Yeah, and then he's sitting duck.
That'd just be done for
when the other guy can get over there.
I just think we just solved politics.
There you go. Politics, the problem is
it
over.
is.
No more. Okay. Well,
I got nothing more to say on that.
Me as well. I think if we're going for 2, I think this is a good place to.
Yes. So thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this programming, please recommend it to a friend. Subscribe so you know when these episodes are coming out. They come out every other Monday. But if you want to get that nice little notification on your phone, please subscribe and hit that download button because it helps our analytics and help us grow as a podcast. And remember, fuck Delta Air.